going to use this little mason jar sign I got from Dollar General and this printable I got from hammondsnest.com to make a winter shelf sitter. I'm going to go ahead and take off that black and white checked bow that came on it and then use this plaster color chalk paint to give the front, side, and back a good coat. Now I decided to just leave that little metal piece on the top and paint around it. I thought it would be easier and it wasn't too bad. And I did end up giving the top about 3 layers of paint to really cover that design well. Now usually I would cover the front and use that blank back piece to decorate, but since this one already had a little piece attached to help it stand up, I just felt like that would be too much trouble. Now to get my printable ready, I'm going to take this ruler and line it up right along the edge of the printed part and just rip that paper away. I found it's just a super easy, quick way to get the excess off, and it leaves a nice frayed edge if that's what you're looking for. And now I'm going to add a layer of Mod Podge to the top of the sign. Apply my paper. I'm going to line that up right along the bottom of the jar because I feel like my ribbon and decoration is going to cover up most of that top part. Once I get that lined up, I'm going to use my mini sander to go around and clean up those edges. And you want to be sure here to always move in a downward motion. Now I'm going to use this Distress ink by Tim Holtz. It's the color Vintage Photo to go around and just define my edges, go around the corners and just kind of darken that up a little bit. I'm going to use my blending brush to also go around the edge of that little board so that it all blends in really nicely. You don't really want it to be just a bright white up next to your decorations. And then I'm going to finish it off with a layer of Mod Podge on the top, moving from the center outwards and making sure my brush strokes are all in the same direction. While I have glue on my brush, I'm going to go ahead and apply some to that top metal piece, sprinkle on some cinnamon to get that nice rust effect. I'm patting it on, then I'm going to kind of knock off the rest and then use some more glue to seal that in. And once it dries, it's going to look really cute and rusty. And if you end up with any bubbles or wrinkles, these little chip brushes are great for just tapping that image down onto your board. Now I have this green and white checked ribbon that I think is going to go really nicely. Pulling out the green in that image, I'm just going to press it down on the front with some hot glue, pull it really snug in the back, and use my staple gun to attach it. And I'm going to do that for both sides and then just trim off the excess. And this piece is nice because it's thick and you don't have to worry about your staple showing through. I made a little bundle of greenery from some different picks that I had that I thought went well with my picture. Some holly leaves, some brown leaves, some pine needles, and some berries. And I just kind of attached them together with a zip tie. And now I'm using a piece of that ribbon to wrap around and cover that up so that whenever I attach it to my piece, it's not going to really stick out so much. I'm going to use a little bit of hot glue to secure that in place, and then I'm going to use my staple gun to staple on just that bottom edge that is on top of the wood. Just making sure it's nice and secure, it's not going to fall off. And then I have this little bow I made out of that same ribbon that I'm going to attach right on top of that, and then finish it off with a little pine cone on top as well. And here's my finished piece. I think it turned out so adorable. Now I did end up adding a little twine bow and some antique wax to those berries. I hope you like this simple and quick project and that inspired you to get a little crafty. Have a blessed day.